in the MVP race. Kyrie hasn't even registered in the MVP race, not one time, but he's 6 All-Stars, and he's got something James does not have. He's got a ring. And obviously, KD has 2 rings and 2 Finals MVPs. So Kyrie can say, well, we're on equal footing because I made a shot that won a championship.
But they're not on equal footing.
Okay, I got it. I got it. But here's the clash that's going to start to happen. You have a coach who's a first-timer. He's never coached anywhere in his life than Steve Nash. And you have a KD and a Kyrie who said, what was it, like 3-4 weeks ago? We don't really need a coach. You don't?
I might coach, KD might coach.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if somehow you do add James Harden to this mix, you don't just need a coach. You need a referee. You need a policeman. You need somebody, right? A therapist. You need somebody to come in and rule over this, because one basketball for 3 people who need the basketball.
Yeah.
Okay, so which player would I trust the most in this 3-way relationship? It'd be Durant.
KD,
because,
yeah, absolutely.
To your point, he's a walking 30 points. Well, that was the old Iguodala quote going back a couple of years ago, and the rest of the quote was, he'll get you 30 points on 12 shots.
Right.
That's very, very hard to do, very efficient. Most guys need to feel the ball in their hands to get a rhythm. He doesn't, okay? So you have that going for you that when you look at what 2017, when he went to Golden State in the regular season and even in the postseason, he averaged only the 3rd most shots on the team, and he won Finals MVP.
And that's why he can do it, Skip, because he's used to playing. He did for 3 years. He played without the ball in his hand the majority of the time.
He did.
Steph had the ball in his hands.
I agree.
The lion's share of the time. So there's no problem with him. It's Kyrie and James.
Okay.
How do they do?
Okay, I believe James would be somewhat willing to sacrifice because he needs a ring. So he did sacrifice, as you pointed out yesterday, his usage rate, which is how much time do you have the ball in your hands, although his is like this, right? He didn't actually hold on the ball. He just dribbles and dribbles it until the air comes out of the ball. But the point is, his usage rate fell to 3rd last year when he's led the league a couple of times, going back a couple of times. All right. So would he defer in the beginning to Kyrie? He might, but again, Kyrie definitely needs the ball in his hands.
Right.
He's not the highest usage rate, but he wants to run the show because he's much more of a pure point guard than James is, even though we know Kyrie can score 52.
Right.
So to me, I tweeted about this last night. To me, the over-under on Kyrie hating playing with James Harden would be like 1 game.
Yeah.
Seriously, because it's not what he's ever known, because even LeBron would share with him like crazy when they first started playing together the first time around.
LeBron would give Kyrie the ball and go stand in the corner. Okay, do your thing,
Do your thing. But that's LeBron. He is a ball sharer. We know that. And he always wanted to do whatever it took to make it work.
Correct.
Well, I just don't know that James even understands how to do that.
I don't either.
Right? And so Kyrie versus James would be a nightly battle about, and Kyrie, as we know, James doesn't say much after games, but Kyrie is known to just blurt out whatever's on his mind to the detriment of his team, right? So I would think he would cause nothing but problems, and if he had a veteran coach overseeing, I don't know, a Doc or a Phil Jackson or somebody who's been there and done all that with superstars, won rings before, maybe that kind of a coach and mentor could say, hey, we need to do this to get to that. Right. Well, Steve Nash can't do that. They're not going to listen to Steve Nash.
Steve, first-year coach, and I get it. You know, you look in and you say, well, you look at Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr, first year, he didn't have these kind of personalities. He had Steph Curry. Well, basically, you got 2 Steph Currys and a mini Steph in Kyrie, because James Harden believes he's the equal to Steph. KD believes he's better than Steph.
He does.
At the worst.
Absolutely.
So how does a first-year coach come in and says, okay, guys, Skip, you say it's going to work. I don't know how you ask a guy that's averaging over 30 points a game the last 3 years, say, I'm going to need you to bump that down, take that down to about 23, 24. And I'm going to need KD, you going to get your 25, 26. And Kyrie says, well, hey, what about my 24, 25?
Yep.
I don't know how you do that, Skip, because Mike D'Antoni, whose system that Steve Kerr is going to implement, couldn't do it with Russ and Harden. At the end of the day, for whatever reason, Russ either wanted more touches or wanted to be more involved in the offense. Something transpired that said Russ says, I need to leave. Now, they can say whatever reasons they want to be. I still love James Harden, but something transpired that Russ wanted to get out of Houston. Something is going on now, that, and we believe that he was not conferred with about the changes, the general manager and the head coach. Okay, fine, I get that. But, Skip, something went wrong that all of a sudden Russ wanted out. Now, that's my best friend. That's my boy. That's my boy, Skip. We grew up together. We know each other. But you know what? We still going to be boys, but I don't want to play over here anymore.
Yep. And I thought it worked about as well as it could have.
Yes, I agree.
And even Russ said no to that. Well, good luck to him, because I have no idea. It's either Knicks or Charlotte with Michael Jordan, because Michael just needs another sideshow, right? He needs a draw. Okay, so the reason I'm struggling with this is I have already picked the Nets before any of this happened to win the East, with KD, Kyrie added to, what do we see at the end of the bubble regular season?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, LeVert. And we didn't even have Dinwiddie wasn't even with them. But Jared Allen, those three players, and then you got Taurean Prince, and you got DeAndre Jordan for whatever's left in him, and Garrett Temple. They got a nice team that was playing at a pretty high level without KD and Kyrie.
And that's what the thought process was. You're watching them in the bubble, and you say, when they get these two guys back with what they already have, man, they're going to be to deal with. If they can blend this thing together, now, Skip, look, sometimes you can have too much of ingredients. You know how you make a dish, you're like, man, this tastes good. Man, I wonder if I add this a little bit more nutmeg, a little bit vanilla. Bro, Skip, you can add too much ingredients to a dish, and it won't be good. This might be adding too much ingredients to a dish and not make it well.
It could be. And yet, this team with all these nice other players, all those nice other players are going to have to be gone.
Oh, absolutely.
So you're going to have your big three and what? I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe
you got to fill in the pieces.
Maybe you only have 3 starters a night, right? That might work. It might be revolutionary. They'll just play 3 players.
Yeah, so you're going to probably lose LeVert, Dinwiddie, Prince, Allen, and at the bare minimum, 3 picks.
Okay. All right. Now, what I slept on was, what have I always been taught back to my days with Phil Jackson, Jerry Krause in Chicago, and even before that with Dick Motta in Dallas? What is the mantra of the National Basketball Association? You win with stars, superstars. What happened? LeBron finally said, after that first go-around in Cleveland, I just need stars.
Yes.
I got a lot of nice pieces here, but I need stars. I need Dwayne and I need Chris Bosh.
Right.
And then we can fill around it with a lot of nice pieces. And all those nice pieces helped out when in his first run to his first ring, right? But you got to have superstars to win it all. Here, obviously, LeBron needed Anthony Davis. You can give him all those kids you want. All those kids who are with the Pelicans now. But you can only go so far with those kids so far because they all haven't arrived yet. Maybe at some point they will arrive. But when I woke up this morning, I thought, well, wait a second. If I'm running the Nets and you told me I could have KD, Kyrie, and James Harden, maybe I just bite the bullet. You know, I just close my eyes and I say, it's so much firepower. It's historic combination of firepower. Is it possible? We've never seen anything quite like this. I mean, you can say KD to Golden State, but is this beyond that?
Yeah, I believe so, Skip. But here's the thing. The reason why LeBron and AD work is that they're 2 different players.
Absolutely. And plus, they're represented by the same company, which is obviously LeBron's company, but still, they became big brother, little brother right away to where they seem like they're best friends to me.
Bird and McHale work because they did different things.
Totally.
Kyrie and James Harden is basically, Kyrie is a smaller version, a right-handed version of James Harden. Pat the rock, get my shot, pat, oh, clock, run it down, pass to someone else.
Okay. Well, how about the Showtime Lakers with Magic running the show and James Worthy on the wing and Kareem?
They were 3 great players, Skip, but they all did different things.
Completely different, and they meshed like this.
Right, and so Kareem didn't need, Skip, Kareem didn't need the ball.
No. And he had low ego. He wasn't a complainer. He just played.
Because think about that. Kareem, the year that Magic got there, Kareem was the MVP. Kareem was the MVP of the league. Now, how many guys you know, Skip? I'm the MVP of the league, and this rookie comes in, win Finals MVP. I'm gonna need more shots. I